I have seen a snake out there, 6, 7, 8 feet long.
This time on Unexplained Mysteries, Destination Earth. The sightings at a vital Russian military base.
It is a place where UFOs are sighted very frequently and where similar phenomena occur.
Such as evidence of strange, three-toed creatures. An unknown object crashes on a remote Russian hill.
The sphere was red. It was flying straight, then sharply fell down.
A huge explosion in Siberia. The government says it was a meteor. Scientists believe it was something else.
It is possible that this could be a ship from another planet.
There was mutation. All objects in the epicenter were exposed to a small dose of X-ray radiation.
The bizarre lights that hovered above Montreal, seen by hundreds of eyewitnesses.
I saw this thing.
It was not looking like an object at all.
Stunned. There's no other word. I was stunned.
Hundreds of UFOs seen by thousands of people in Mexico City.
17 people on the ground recorded it on home video. That's never happened before in the history of ufology.
Encounters in space reported by astronauts and cosmonauts.
Someone or something of extraterrestrial origin has visited Earth.
Rare videotape of unusual cluster UFOs.
There are clusters of what looks like clouds of smaller objects.
The alleged alien encounter with not just one eyewitness, but 62.
It's just that the face is the eyes. They looked horrible. They want people to know that we're actually making harm on this world.
And we'll sum up all the facts for you with our exclusive UnX report. Here on Unexplained Mysteries, Destination Earth. Experts believe UFOs have been visiting Earth for centuries. Reports indicate a higher number of apparent encounters near U.S. military bases. Servicemen in England have also described numerous flying objects. And now, there are accounts of sightings in Russia.
It is a place where UFOs are sighted very frequently and where similar phenomena occur.
Vladivostok is the home of Russia's nuclear fleet. Ufologists believe someone, or something, may be monitoring nuclear weapons at military installations from the sky.
This is a panoramic view of Vladivostok, of the Pit Golden Horn. In broad daylight, people suddenly saw a bright flash up in the sky, and this glowing sphere rose up. One passerby had a camera and shot this object.
Stranger still is this photo of what seems to be a footprint with 3 toes.
The traces left by these unusual beings are found at the sites of well-guarded military units. This is where radioactive waste from Russia is kept.
Near the neighboring town of Delnogorsk, an object crashed on a hill known as Height 611.
The sphere was red. It was flying straight, then sharply fell down.
I saw a fiery balloon fly from this side and fall there on this knoll.
After that, a fire started. It burned for 1 hour.
Something was burning. This could have been a meteorite, but meteorites do not cause fires. When I climbed up to this place, the snow was deep. There I saw a place which left a great impression on me. There was no snow, it just evaporated. I saw the remains of a burnt stump of a tree and the remains of metallic spheres.
He obtained shards of strange burned metal from the crash site. Russia's most sophisticated labs analyzed the samples.
Whatever remained at the site itself had such unusual properties. The mesh itself had something very strange, very unusual. Tiny filaments. And inside those filaments, quartz filaments, what they could be used for remains an enigma.
Russia's top scientists continue to study the pieces of metal.
Their Academy of Sciences has an ongoing public study of UFOs.
UFO study is accepted in Russia, unlike the U.S.
Here, the people say, you can't study UFOs, there's nothing to study, there's no physical evidence. Well, that's baloney, and the Russians are proving that. Their Academy of Sciences, the most respected scientific organization in that nation, has been studying it for decades. They do what scientists are supposed to do. They take samples, they conduct experiments, they dig in the soil, they check for radiation, and they've come up with some fairly amazing results.
And some believe the results could change the way we look at science and our place in the universe.
It could very well be physical evidence of an extraterrestrial origin. There were strange alloys in there that couldn't be readily identified, rare earth metals in combinations that have never been seen of a natural origin.
Here we can see the results of the spectrometer test, but most importantly, it contains the element promethium. The element promethium is artificial. It cannot be found on the Earth.
The Russian scientists ran tests to see if the crash site had any lingering effect on human subjects.
For the group that went to the top of height 611, the number of red blood cells, the differential blood count was altered, and the amount of elements in the blood rose. I can't tell what it means. I believe that either alien machinery or a spaceship flew to the Earth or crashed. I think that otherwise it can't be explained.
While some American scientists turn a deaf ear to UFO research, Russians are making progress.
I'm glad that somebody actually went to that height 611 and brought out the information, because the heights we could reach with that information are still unknown to us.
In a region called Tunguska, deep in Siberia, a huge object crashed in 1908. The force of the blast was 2,000 times the power of the atomic bomb that devastated Hiroshima.
Tunguska affects the whole world and all of mankind. I base my opinion on facts obtained from work on the Tunguska problems.
When the Shoemaker-Levy comet slammed into Jupiter, it left a giant crater. But at Tunguska, this object left only scorched earth.
I am a staunch supporter of the comet hypothesis, and I think that there is no serious proof to refute it.
Kolesnikov studied the effects of the explosion.
It is possible that all objects in the epicenter were exposed to a small dose of X-ray radiation.
X-ray radiation is a result of an atomic explosion. Some experts feel that the Tunguska blast was caused by a UFO that was nuclear-powered. This is exclusive footage from the only American television crew to travel to the isolated region and film at the blast site.
This rock was placed here by one of the early Tunguska expeditions in 1928.
Voronov has collected testimony of those who saw what could have been an alien craft slamming into the ground.
One eyewitness told me he was riding a stallion when he heard what sounded like cannon shots. When he looked up, he saw a body glowing like the sun. It began declining toward the horizon for maybe 15-20 seconds. There were many small explosions on the object. It ended with one heavy explosion. The force of the explosion was so strong it knocked both the man and the horse to the ground.
A spiritual leader, or shaman, also witnessed the explosion. He saw an object fly out of the center of the blast, throwing off sparks. It flew away over his head. Was it some sort of escape craft that survived the crash?
In the beginning, we found small fragments buried deep in the earth, but there was nothing on the surface.